Okay, greetings, patriots, starseeds, light workers, and of course our brave military. Welcome to 1776 United, and we are in a worldwide galactic revolution. Now, let's carry on with this Q&A. I got Jerry up next here. It says, what happens to Canada? Well, Canada, like all the G7 countries, remember the one that they all came to Kananaskis in Banff, outside of Banff there, and they had the big meeting, and then of course Trump rolls in with all his helicopters and stays for about 3-4 hours, just enough to bitch slap them all and tell them why they didn't bring Putin into, and why did they throw out Putin, and really Trump had nothing to do with them. Now, the G7 is supposed to include the United States, and it was supposed to include Russia at the time, but during at that time, Trudeau, Castro baby, and Obama, okay, Barry, okay, so let's just call them what they are, threw out and did not want Russia to be part of the G7 at that time. And Trump just came there to bitch slap them and tell them that if, basically say, I'm not a part of this bullshit either. So they, which are Canada, Australia, New Zealand, England, France, Germany, Italy, a couple other ones maybe, they are all going to suffer, and they will suffer because all of those countries are infested with libtards, NPCs, and absolute brain dead people. Now, whether they were installed or not, at the time, and I'm going to speak for Canada and Canada only on this one, everybody voted for Pierre Poilievre to come in there, but they basically, the WEF cabal installed Mark Carney, okay, because he was going to be better easily led by the WEF and the Jesuit banksters, okay? That's how that happened. And we're as Canadians, we're going to suffer because of that, because we did not stand up and demand a recount or anything like that and get the proper people in there. Now, Trump wanted Carney in there because he knows why Carney's there. Carney is there to dismantle whatever's left of the Canadian system, okay? And Trump it's going to get to a point where it becomes a national security threat towards the United States, and then they're just going to come in and take out all the snakeheads inside Canada. And of course, that's going to go along with the rest of these countries as well. They're not going to continue. England is rising up against Steimer right now, and I expect his days are numbered there, as well as Macron in France and these other in Germany, same thing. I mean, they're all going to come down. And I'm understanding that the military is now in DC to take back the capital, and that's going to be done. That's actually being done right now, along with the other horn of evil, which is the London banking system. That's all being taken out by the military, and that's the Global Alliance doing that. Okay. So, I hope that answers that, Jerry. Anyways, AZ Mike 80. Oh yeah, they said that they would be getting small checks by 2025 or 6. I understand the disappointment, but what I want everybody to do is let's try and get this information. If anybody's getting any Doge checks or any tariff checks or whatever, if they're getting any of those checks, sound off. Let me know. Let people know that you've got the checks. Even show up or do a small video of it, so people know that this is actually what Trump is saying is legit. Otherwise it's just going to be another nothing burger, which is just going to. I mean, I don't know the military's plans and what their tactics are in order to bring down, but I do know one thing: they are bringing down the cabal in great numbers. Okay. This whole system's going to crash. And let me just add to this. Everything that is around us, hospitals, police stations, big department stores and gasoline stations and everything that we see around us, grocery stores, the whole banking system, the whole fucking thing's got to come down. Everything around us has got to come down. There will be no more casinos. There's going to be no more stock market. It's all part of the matrix. And if you're not part of that, that club, you're on the enslaved, on the losing end of it, right? So it all has to come down. Trump said one thing, and there's one thing I'm hanging on to, because he said it many, many times. I'm going to take the power from the establishment and give it back to the people, okay? And I'm starting to see that it is happening. And anybody that's not seeing it, then you're not paying attention. Okay, Boy Nana ×4. Inside information supposedly. Maroc M. Yeah, no, another nothing burger. It's going nowhere. Well, listen, guys, it's free will. You do what you want to do. This is, our this site here is for positive family, positive tribal, constitutional people that are, staying in a positive frequency. If you want to say negative shit, it's not going to bother me. It doesn't, because it's just going to be insignificant to me. It doesn't, you're not trying to prove anything other than telling everybody that you're, you don't believe anything that's going on here. So why are you even here, right? Just move on. And I'm doing that in a kind way. Otherwise, if you keep, trying to disrupt our nice positive frequency, I'll just delete you. Okay, Steve-O, unless it's coming from Trump's mouth, it's not happening. Well, it has been coming from Trump's mouth, Steve-O. Okay, you're just not paying attention. And you have, we don't have to sit there and cleap onto every word that Trump's saying. You have to understand, this is a covert operation, and it has been since 2016. He's talking through code on everything. He's not going to display and divulge all the information to the enemy. That's just not how this world is working right now. It might have been that way back in the Gulf War or in the Iraqi War, when they were doing post bombings and stuff like this that was happening into Iraq in those days, where you get all your information and at 6 o'clock on the CBS News. It doesn't work like that anymore. And Trump, for real, does not work that way. Now, Steve also says from Trump is okay. There's a lot of grifters on TikTok. Yeah, well, there is. I know, because I'm getting slammed by him all the time. But I'm getting my information from military news. Okay, call me whatever you want. You want to stay negative? That's fine. Stay negative, and you see what happens. Okay. I'm trying to get the positive. Remember, everything everybody does, says, and does on any type of social media is being recorded by Space Force, okay? They're documented everything, okay? So if you have dark shit in your closet and you want to shed those fleas off, and like these, there's a lot of cops up there that are dirty. There's a lot of people out there that are dirty. They're doing criminal activity. The only way you're going to get out of it is stop doing what you're doing, get down on your knees and ask for forgiveness. Ask for forgiveness from your source and display it, and not do it anymore. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to be part of that matrix, and you're not going to be moving forward into the new earth. Boy Nana ×4 says, been hearing this for 4 years. Well, I've been fighting this shit since 9/11, since I was sitting in Tokyo as a site supervisor in the 24th floor watching this bullshit unfold and the Twin Towers coming down in 9/11, okay? And I knew right there, as a structural engineer, I knew that was something was fucking totally wrong. And what Trump I resonated with Trump that day when he came out and says something is not right. Something smells very, very dirty here. And I remember him ever saying that, and I had resonated with him ever since then, okay? Because as a structural engineer, I had to phone my other buddies, and we had to start, talking with each other, bouncing ideas off of each other's brain, until I found out that CNN was just blatantly lying to us, and I stopped watching TV at that time. Truth tellers, we should be getting compensated for mortgages, insurance, and all these other things, electricity. Of course we are. But you're not going to see, when you start receiving money, you're not going to see it like, in some kind of a statement saying, well, this is going to replace this or this. You're just going to get a stack of money that's coming in there based on all the calculations that has happened to you through all your mortgages. I've owned 60 mortgages throughout inside Canada as a structural engineer and builder. I had to go through mortgages buy, build, and sell. That's what I did most of my life. And when I wasn't doing that, I was going overseas on contracts. Okay, so I understand the mortgage game, and they are going to get the money back to us. I don't even consider. I just know that we're going to get revaluation of currencies. We're going to get all this money paid back to us, okay? And of course, free energy. All this is coming. Those are already in stone. All right, so don't worry. It's all going to be very, very good on the other side. Now, Tucci 1, you've been saying this for months. Yes, I've been saying it for months because I still believe. I still believe that what is going on, because I'm researching it. If there was anything in the research that I'm doing that started showing me a negative and things were falling apart, I'd be the first to tell you. But it's not. There's a lot of good things that are happening. They're not going to advertise this stuff, okay? And I'll continue to keep saying what I'm saying, that this is what's going to happen, because there's a lot of people out there, right, that do appreciate what I'm doing and what I'm saying, okay? There's a lot of people out there that are, have the mindset like what you have, and that's fine. And we're not telling you to change your mind, and you're voicing your opinion, and we don't care, right? Chemo 8. They have been arresting people for over 2 years, but nothing is on TV. No, they're not on TV. They are through the military news. Now, real raw news, some time when Gitmo was just getting started, along with Guam, Tierra del Fuego, Greenland, and all these other places, they had basically thrown in, there was a draw that had a certain amount of reporters and companies, news companies that were awarded the opportunity to go into this, and that's where you were getting the information now. Real Raw News was awarded the coverage of the daily agendas and what's going on at Gitmo, and that's who is reporting this through the Restored Republic and the military news that they're allowing. A JAG, they report it, then JAG vets it, makes sure that it's clear and honest, and that's what they're okay, and then it's cleared, and then of course it comes out in the Real Raw News, and that's where most of the people that are paying attention get to read this stuff and get to send out the information based on that. User 45676 says so many people are dying. Yes, well, we're under attack. We've been under attack since for 10,000 years. Many people are dying. They're dying in wars. They're dying in the epidemics that they claim. Where many people are dying, right? And even up to the 2020 Kool-Aid shots, millions of people died there. People don't seem to feed into history and remember history, because once you understand history, you're not going to go ahead and do it again. And that's just the way it is. If you forget about what history has done to us, then you're going to repeat the problem again, or repeat the mistake. Anyways, I wish I could go on here, but I'm at 15 minutes here already. It's very, very tough to only go in through 15 minutes. Maybe what I can do is get Annie to help me as a monitor to send me out the questions. Maybe we can do a live, and maybe I can get these questions out to these answers out to everybody. Anyways, we'll see you on the next one.